terrorist act on the facts of armed attacks in Dagestan and Mahachkala, which left police officers and civilians killed and injured.
Eyewitness footage shows panic taking hold among crowds on a packed beach. That's as police in the background move in to detain some of the suspects. Well, some more of the latest video coming in from social media. The attack on the synagogue in Durban has left the building in flames. Emergency services are currently on the scene putting out that blaze. Well, let's get... Well, let's get a wrap up on the latest now and speak to RT's Steve Sweeney. Steve, we seem to be getting a bit more reaction, especially from the committee. Just take us through the latest developments.
Well, yes, this is a developing and unfolding story, and more details are now starting to emerge. What we do know is that counter-terrorism operations, counter-terrorism measures are in place in Russia's Dagestan region. This is after the killing of at least six police officers and an Orthodox priest. These attacks taking place in two cities, one of those being Dagestan. This is where the attack on a synagogue and an Orthodox church took place. Of course, this is where the priest was killed. According to the authorities, the assailants entered the building and they slit the throat of 66-year-old Father Nicola in what is a particularly gruesome attack. And of course, today is a particularly important day in the Russian Orthodox calendar. Today is Holy Trinity Day. As we've seen the images of the synagogue which caught fire during the attack there, the authorities are currently tackling that blaze. They say that they've got this situation under control. Dagestan, of course, is home to a ancient and long-standing Jewish community in the largely Muslim North Caucasus region of Dagestan. Now, the assailants are still believed to be at large. That's why the counter-terrorism measures are in place. They apparently made their escape in a white Volkswagen Polo. Authorities are, of course, searching for that vehicle and the assailants with the aim of detaining them or neutralizing them. In the regional capital, Mahachkala, we know that a police road checkpoint came under attack again. At least one police officer was killed during that attack. Several others are believed to have been wounded. Now, the authorities have said that two assailants in that attack have been eliminated. The identities of those assailants are unknown at this stage. Of course, investigators will be trying to work out exactly who they are so they can build a picture of what took place. Now, we've said again, counter-terrorism measures are in place. This is being treated as a terror attack. Now, the latest that we have is that foreign weapons are believed to have been used in that attack, and the assailants, again, as we understand, they are members of an international terrorist organization. So far, though, no group has claimed responsibility for either attack.
Steve, much appreciate you tying up all those ends for us. That was RT correspondent Steve Sweeney. Well, a local in Mahachkala described what she had witnessed following the attack there.
I went out like everyone else to stand here. They don't let anyone in there. We wanted to go to see it, but the police wouldn't let us in. They won't let anyone beyond the cordon. There used to be guards there. Every day there were guards there. There was even a policewoman guarding the place. There was no smoke or fire. There was a smell right in the courtyard. We went out because of that, because of the smell, as if the wiring was burning. That's all. We went out to see, and there was a crowd standing here. Nobody was allowed anywhere. Nobody was allowed further than this line.
The chair of Dagestan's Public Monitoring Commission, Shamil Khadulayev, believes that the two attacks were coordinated and had a symbolic meaning behind them.
I was informed about the death of an Orthodox clergyman by a colleague of mine with whom we had a telephone call, who is also a clergyman. He told me that Bishop Nikolai was killed in Durban. He said his throat was cut. I told him, "What are you saying? Are you sure?" He said, "Yes, it's information from their sources. They have their own sources." Well, there is a connection between priests of different dioceses. Yes, and churches and so on. Now, this information has been confirmed. He was 66 years old. Father Nikolai in Durban was a very old man. He was already sick. This is a coordinated action. Of course it was. On this particular day, Sunday afternoon, as if nothing foretold trouble. And this is what happened today, simultaneously in different places. I'm sure it's coordination because it's impossible. Makachkala, Durban, synagogues and churches at the same time. Of course, it was made on such a day. It is, let's say, probably some kind of symbolism. It couldn't just happen in different places at the same time.